Beloved sister on the path of prosperity, I am Florence Scovel Shinn, and I intend on this very day to unveil for you the supreme method, one that never fails to bring your miracle into form. I have not arrived to instruct you in asking or pleading, as you may have been trained to do for so long. My aim is to remind you of something profound, long neglected by the world, your sacred right to command your good rather than supplicating while others plead for crumbs. From now on, you will learn to stand tall, head lifted, clothed in your complete spiritual nobility. Proclaim your prosperity with the very strength God endowed you with before you drew your first breath. For 30 years in my New York office, where the aroma of tea blended with the city's hum, I was honored to guide thousands of seekers. Through those years, I uncovered a principle that reshaped the lives of all who encountered this teaching. Scripture says, "Ask, and it shall be given to you." Yet within that line rests a deeper secret revealed when you grasp that you are fashioned in the Creator's image and have inherited His divine endowment, the creative potency of the spoken word. You were not born to petition for your good, but to assert it as your lawful inheritance. Perhaps you were conditioned to feel small, unworthy, or insufficient to ask meekly and wait indefinitely. The liberating truth differs. Counterfeit humility is the chain that fetters your prosperity. God did not fashion beggars for celestial favors, but potent beings able to co-create their experience. Each plea transmits the frequency of scarcity. Each decree shines forth the essence of your divine identity. This approach is unfailing because it rests not on luck or happenstance, but on spiritual laws precise as gravity. When you utter your word from the divine authority within the whole universe, heeds that command. Even now, something in you stirs awake. If you sense that deep inner impulse, acknowledge that you are prepared to command. Having realized you came not to beg, but to direct, permit me to demonstrate that this is no mere idea, but a tested spiritual principle. In the fall of 1925, a woman called Judith Morrison sought my counsel. She mounted the steps to my Manhattan office, slowly pallid and shaking. She had lost her work hat, was 3 months behind on rent, and carried only 10 cents in a frayed velvet purse. When she sat, tears traced her dark dress, testifying to her despair. In a quivering tone, she admitted, "I have prayed every day for 6 months, but God does not hear me." I clasped her hands, gentle yet steady, and offered the sentence that would redirect her fate. "Judith, God does not respond to pleas born of desperation. He answers the divine authority residing in every soul." For 6 months, she had prayed from the frequency of want, reinforcing scarcity with each phrase. I quietly inquired how much she required, and she answered at once, $50,000 to start over. I then gave her the path: cease asking, begin decreeing. For 9 straight mornings, Judith used a single command. Before her feet met the floor on waking, she affirmed with unwavering certainty, "I command those $50,000 to flow to me now from the infinite source. My word is the law in my prosperous universe." She neither pleaded nor sought pity, and she barred doubt from her thoughts. She spoke with the calm authority of a daughter of the Most High. On the 9th morning, an ivory envelope appeared, stamped from Boston. It was from a far-off, nearly forgotten aunt who had passed on bequeathing precisely $53,000. When Judith came back to my office, check quivering in her grasp, I greeted her with a gentle smile and affirmed that this was no accident or chance, but spiritual law carrying out its sacred directive. Stop and take a deep breath. Let Judith's testimony kindle the awareness that her experience could likewise become yours, poised for its hour to emerge. Notice how everything shifted when she ceased pleading and began to command. It is now crucial to grasp the spiritual science that undergirds this power. Without it, you risk repeating the limiting patterns that hold you. Each word you speak is a living seed planted in the unseen garden of your tomorrow. When you say, "Please give me money," you confirm that money is absent. When you say, "I hope abundance arrives," you proclaim it is still missing. In this way, your words themselves construct what you dread, the ongoing state of lack. Proverbs states unmistakably, "Life and death are in the power of the tongue." This is neither ornament nor mere symbol. It is a spiritual law with scientific precision, as tangible as flame that burns. Your voice is a consecrated instrument of creation, just as the divine utterance said, "Let there be light," and light appeared at once. Yet if you use that very power to beg, you set into motion fresh scenarios where you will find yourself begging again. Petitioning radiates the frequency of lack, and the universe aligning with that tone returns further experiences of lack. The correspondence is unavoidable. Over many years, I witnessed thousands of examples, people spending long hours in prayer. "My God, help me please," yet remaining fixed in identical circumstances for years, even decades. By contrast, those who learn to proclaim with authority, "I command my divine good to manifest," now saw shifts that most would term miraculous occurring within days or weeks. The distinction was not in the volume of prayer. The real difference is how you speak to the universe. Begging casts you as a victim awaiting rescue. Commanding reveals you as a divine authority, asserting the inheritance that is yours by celestial right. Let today mark the end of a spiritual beggar mindset. From now forward, you cease seeking permission to prosper and start decreeing abundance as the lawful heiress of the kingdom you have always been. In the following chapter, I will disclose the 3 precise words that unlock unseen gateways of limitless supply. Pass this message to the sister who must remember her strength. She who has pleaded for years without reply has reached the hour of awakening, of recognizing her authentic power to command. The 3 words you will learn can level invisible mountains that stand between you and your miracle. For years, I searched for the exact wording that activates spiritual law with perfect accuracy. Alongside my students, I tested innumerable phrases until I discovered the wording the universe never ignores. These are not charms or incantations. They are declarations saturated with divine authority, resonant with creative energy. At the precise frequency where instantaneous manifestation unfolds, 3 consecrated words ring out, "I command." Attend closely, for every syllable bears weight and potency. When you utter "I," you acknowledge your divine identity as a daughter of the Creator. You are not speaking from narrow human limitation, but as God's living expression on earth, permitting His power to move through you without boundary. When you say, "I command you," neither plead nor seek permission. You exercise the holy right to declare the reality you elect to inhabit, aligned with divine will. Jesus did not implore for water to become wine. He commanded it with authority. Likewise, when you decree, you unlock the precise portal through which your good steps into your life now. Let us practice the full decree. Sit upright, inhale deeply 3 times, and sense your inner divinity. Rest your right hand upon your heart. Speak steady and assured, I command my miracle to manifest right now in my life. I command every invisible resistance to dissolve before my word. I command the heavenly gates of provision to open fully for me. Continue until a soft warmth or anchored certainty lights within your chest. The essential key is not merely the syllables, but the certainty with which they are spoken. A phrase tinged with doubt is a seed that fails to bloom. A phrase infused with divine authority strikes like lightning and parts the heavens. After completing your decree, refrain from adding, "If it is your will, God," and avoid second-guessing its outcome, for that dilutes your creative potency. Proclaim in faith, let it go in calm, and acknowledge it as already accomplished in the unseen. Anchor your vow by writing, "I command my miracle," thereby sealing your word with deliberate action. Having practiced the precise decree, it becomes vital to comprehend the spiritual science that supports its force. Your voice is not merely air resonating through the throat. It is the most potent instrument of creation you hold in this world. From the dawn of existence, God spoke, and the universe complied with His word. That same creative charge animates each syllable you speak, for you are made in His perfect likeness. The separating line between the life you experience and the life you desire is traced by the words you utter daily. Across the years, I have recognized a spiritual statute I name the law of the spoken word. It operates with exactitude. Whatever you declare with unwavering faith and profound conviction must take shape in the material realm. This is not sorcery or superstition. It is spiritual physics, as precise and elegant as a solved equation. When you speak with feeling and authority, you broadcast a defined vibration moving through the unseen field like ripples traveling over a pond. That signal draws to you people, circumstances, and events tuned to the frequency of your speech. If you announce poverty, you will unavoidably summon poverty. If you pronounce abundance with divine authority, abundance is compelled to arrive. I have watched this law unfold innumerable times. One woman repeatedly said, "I never have enough money." Month after month, her life echoed that claim, for her own word was shaping her reality. I taught her to replace it with a power decree: "I command money to flow to me from expected and unexpected sources." Within 30 days, she obtained the raise she had awaited for over 2 years. Her outer conditions shifted not through harder striving, but because she first transformed her words and thereby her inner frequency. Scripture affirms, "By your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." This shows that your tongue, more than any other force, steers your destiny. Each complaint you utter is a decree inviting fresh troubles. Every authoritative word is a key unfastening doors that once appeared shut. Your voice functions as a divine scepter that renders the unseen visible. Knowing this, employ it steadily and with compassionate wisdom. In the following chapter, I will lead you through a reconciliation ritual intended to ready your spirit and open it to divine reception. Join me, because this brief 3-minute rite can permanently shift your relationship with miracles. Having grasped the creative force of your speech, remember a crucial step most overlook, and thus many decrees fail to bear fruit. You must reconcile with your miracle in advance of its appearance. I have watched many declare abundance verbally while harboring fear, resentment, or unworthiness within. It is akin to planting roses in tainted soil. Your decree may be potent, yet your heart must resonate with what your lips profess. This 3-minute rite exists to melt inner resistance. Locate a mirror that reflects your full self and stand before it barefoot, sensing the ground beneath you. That contact roots you into the energy of material manifestation. Set your left hand on your heart and your right upon your abdomen, the seat of inner power. Gaze into your own eyes without averting them. Then say with clarity and affection, "Dear miracle that is coming to me, I welcome you. Forgive me for having feared you, for having believed that I did not deserve you, and for having doubted your arrival." Draw deep breaths and continue with gentle words as though you were consoling your dearest friend. Affirm, "I reconcile with abundance. I recognize that money is divine energy that comes to bless me. I release all resentment toward the rich and every belief that prosperity could corrupt me. I command my heart to open fully to receive my good without guilt or fear." Notice these phrases softening any rigidness within your chest. If tears come, let them move. They are signals of release. Conclude the ritual with anticipated gratitude, remaining at the mirror smile and say, "Thank you for my miracle that is already on its way. Thank you that my prayers were heard even before I pronounced them. Thank you that in the spiritual plane my good is already fulfilled and now manifests in my physical world. So it is so. It shall be, it is done." Seal the rite by kissing your hands as a sacred pact with yourself and the universe. If you sensed inner motion, acknowledge that your miracle has already set forth. After reconciling with your miracle via the mirror rite, it is time to tailor your decree to every dimension of your life. The method offered here is universal because it rests on the spiritual laws steering all manifestation. Whether your aim is bodily healing, true love, or financial overflow, the core remains unchanged. Declare with the divine authority emanating from the I Am within. I will now give you 3 focused commands for each life domain. Rise, look to the dawn, or if you cannot, to the east, and state with assurance, "I am an open channel of infinite wealth." I command $10,000 to come to me before 30 days from known and unknown avenues. Divine money seeks me, discovers me, and increases in my care. My word is the law governing my prosperity. Speak this decree 7 times each morning. Observe the specificity and exact sum and deadline, for the universe answers clarity rather than vagueness. To invite true love, rest your hand upon your heart and say, "I am worthy of perfect divine love." I command my ideal partner to manifest now in my life, one who honors me, cherishes me, and journeys with me in shared purpose. I release all false loves of the past and welcome the true love already moving my way. Do not fixate on exterior features. Describe the essence of the love you are due. Likewise, the universe knows far beyond the narrow mind the perfect route to health and restoration. Set your hands upon the area needing renewal. State, "I am perfect health made manifest." I now command every cell in my body to vibrate in absolute divine harmony. Every ailment dissolves beneath the command of my word. My body is the temple of the Spirit and is now wholly restored. As you speak, envision a golden radiance surrounding that region. Disease signals a rupture of harmony. Your words possess the capacity to reestablish the perfect order God intended. Share this teaching with someone who must send forth her specific miracle today. By doing so, you broaden and increase your own blessing. You now hold exact decrees for wealth, love, and health. Yet I must caution you about an unseen adversary capable of weakening even the firmest commands. I have seen many women speak rightly while their minds in secret whisper doubts that drain their force. This quiet adversary wears one face with three labels: doubt, fear, and passive speech. Fear and passive phrasing work like minute termites, eroding the beams of your inner house before it can stand. Left unchallenged, they cause your decrees to dissipate before embodiment. Doubt often masquerades as prudence. You affirm, "I command $10,000, and instantly a whisper replies, "How, when I can scarcely meet my needs?" That second voice negates the first entirely. It resembles planting a seed, then unearthing it daily to see if it sprouted. You must identify this habit and interrupt it the moment it arises. The instant doubt appears, cut it off and substitute a solid affirmation. Let every unbelieving whisper fade, knowing your decree stands accomplished in spirit and is forming in matter. Train this response without exception. Fear shows itself more subtly cloaked as caution. You worry that declaring abundance will make you selfish, that claiming love risks new pain, that affirming healing without instant proof looks naive. Yet these worries are unfounded illusions. The ego aims to keep you confined beneath its rule. Scripture reminds us that God did not bestow a spirit of timidity, but of power. When fear attempts to silence your word, breathe and announce, "I reject all fear. I move forward in my divine authority, free from fear." Passive language is both common and damaging. You murmur, "I hope the money comes," rather than "I command the money to come." You say, "I hope to find love," instead of "My love is coming now." You offer, "Maybe I will recover," instead of "I command total healing." Each passive phrase yields your authority. Henceforth, remove from your vocabulary expressions like "I hope, maybe," and "if God wants." When doubt surfaces, exchange it for words of power. "I command, I decree, I declare." Let your speech display full authority and inner certainty. Take a moment to discern which of the three saboteurs has been weakening your decrees and name it so you can master it. With these enemies exposed, you are prepared to perform the most potent mental treatment there is. You have arrived at the turning point where all you have learned converges and quickens. All threads meet in a decree able to shift unseen mountains. I will guide you word by word as I have with those who sought swift outcomes. Offer your whole attention. If possible, stand and sense your feet grounded to the earth. Close your eyes or soften them and breathe deeply 3 times. We begin. Say with me, drawing on all authority within, "I am one with the infinite mind that created the universe. I am not a separate being begging for favors. I am a divine expression vested with absolute creative power. Thus, from my seat of celestial authority, I command my miracle to take form this very moment. I decree that every unseen force now acts for my good. I declare the flawless way opens before me unobstructed." As Jesus summoned Lazarus from the tomb, and he responded, "So I command my good to cross from the invisible into view before me." Keep your eyes closed and behold the already completed miracle in your mind. If you seek money, picture your account holding the exact figure and feel the present joy of having it. If you seek love, envision your partner's arms enfolding you with tenderness. If you seek health, sense vigor, energy, and well-being flowing through your body. Now declare, "I give thanks because this is already done." I do not wait for it to happen. I know it has already been fulfilled on the plane where everything exists. Now it descends into my physical world with the swiftness of the divine. No human force can oppose what God and I have decreed in unity. It is sealed, it is fulfilled. Now gently open your eyes and notice the profound shift within. You have delivered a command the universe has received and must honor. This is not mere optimism. It is a mental treatment grounded in timeless, unbreakable laws. As Solomon declared, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." You have thought, felt, and decreed a new reality. Let go of control. Resist chasing your miracle with worry. Rest in your word and allow it to reveal itself. In the perfect hour, often sooner than expected, everything completes. Write, "My miracle is already done." If you sensed power moving during this work, ratify your decree with a deliberate public affirmation. Many, after such deep treatment, commit a mistake that undermines their gains. They wait in agitation, inspecting daily for results. That impatience poisons and weakens the decree. It resembles planting a seed and then constantly disturbing the soil to ask, "Where is my flower?" As a seed requires darkness, stillness, and trust to germinate, so does your decree. The key to sustaining your command through to embodiment is anticipated gratitude. This is not thanking for what is in hand, but for what, though unseen, is already accomplished. Anticipated gratitude means offering thanks as if your miracle had already happened, even when your eyes cannot yet witness it. Jesus modeled this precisely before calling Lazarus forth. Prior to the visible wonder, Jesus raised his gaze and said, "Father, I thank you because you have already heard me." He neither asked nor pleaded. He thanked for what he knew as accomplished. Maintain that same stance from the instant of your decree until its appearance. At daybreak, let your first words be, "Thank you, Father, because my miracle has already been fulfilled." And if your mind later protests that it has not arrived, respond again with thanks. Halt that thought at once. Place your hand upon your heart and breathe thank you, because in the spiritual realm, the source of all your good already is whole and perfect. It is now shaping itself in the visible at a precise divine timing. Anticipated gratitude elevates your frequency. Recall anxiety and doubt are low-toned. Gratitude and faith are high-toned. You can receive only what matches your vibration. Make this practice tangible and steady. Each night before bed, open a notebook and write, "Thank you for the $10,000 I received today, even if it has not yet arrived physically. Thank you for my perfect partner who already walks by my side, even if you have not met this person. Thank you for my totally healthy body, even if pain remains." Always record your gratitude in the past tense as though it were accomplished. The subconscious does not separate what has been experienced from what has been affirmed as experienced. This consistent discipline of anticipatory gratitude seals your decree with indestructible force, sustaining it until the unseen takes shape before your astonished gaze. Having fortified your request through anticipated thanks, I must unveil a truth that elevates manifestation. Your miracle is not meant solely for you. To confine it to the personal is to restrict the boundless circulation of abundance. When you realize that your wealth, your love, or your healing serves a broader divine intent, the universe reinforces you with multiplied momentum. God's favor arrives not exclusively for personal comfort, but that you might become a conduit of blessing to thousands, perhaps millions, who will be moved by your change. this is your loftiest vocation. Whenever a client of mine receives her miracle, I ask, how will you use this blessing to bless others? Those who answered with specific plans to serve watch their miracles expand continuously. Those focused solely on themselves found their blessings quickly diminishing. A spiritual law of circulation governs this. What does not flow stagnates and withers. Your money must be set in motion with generosity. Your love must take form as service. Your health must be invested in uplifting those in need. Such is the divine pattern. From now on, whenever you decree, append this potent intention, and with this blessing that I receive, I become a channel to bless countless souls who need hope. Such an intention converts a private wish into a sacred commission. Missions receive cosmic backing in abundant measure. If you request funds purely for indulgence, the stream narrows. But if you request resources to nourish orphans, build schools, aid widows, and meet your rightful needs, the supply becomes unending. Your motive determines the magnitude of your blessing. Scripture affirms, give, and it will be given to you. A good measure pressed down, shaken together, and running over, that is the seldom seen secret. Your miracle draws near so that you can carry miracles to others as well. In decreeing abundance, you accept the pledge to distribute it. In commanding perfect love, you ready yourself to guide others towards self-love. In invoking healing, you offer yourself as witness and solace to the ailing. This service-centered awareness hastens manifestation because it aligns you with higher purpose. In harmony with the divine aim to bless the world through you understand that your miracle exceeds your individuality. It is a seed designed to yield fruit for multitudes. We now stand at the decisive threshold separating mere hearers from true transformers. All you have absorbed thus far loses value if left as theory. It must turn into daily application, consecrated discipline, a refreshed mode of living. Thus, I invite you to seal a sacred vow, the Pact of the 21 Dawns. For 21 successive mornings without skipping, you will perform the commands exactly as instructed. This duration allows your subconscious to be thoroughly repatterned and to install a lasting template. Each morning, before checking your phone or speaking to anyone, place a hand over your heart, meet your eyes in the mirror, or greet the sunrise and speak your decree with complete authority. Next, you will practice anticipated gratitude, thanking for a miracle already complete. Then reaffirm your promise to channel that blessing in service. The whole sequence requires under 5 minutes, yet those minutes set the tone for the next 24 hours. Keep in mind, consistency outweighs intensity. 5 daily minutes are better than a sporadic hour. A gentle caution your mind and outer life will likely resist this pact. By day 3, you may hear, I already get it. Repetition isn't necessary. By the 7th day, your calendar may crowd and you'll feel tempted to delay. By the 14th, you might question its power because outcomes remain unseen. Yet these thresholds measure the sincerity of your dedication to change. Miracles respond to steadfastness and unshaken faith, not to brief experiments abandoned midway. As Scripture attests, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. Such faith shifts mountains and parts the heavens. On completing the 21 days, you will find your life transformed. Picture the night as a tranquil shadowed lake. Silence spreads with only the faintest breath audible in the air. Ahead, a little flame wavers like a firefly unwilling to depart. You approach unhurried. A reflection rises. The form in the mirror, yes, it is you, and yet beyond you, a tapestry of body remembrance and potential. For years, you have looked without truly seeing, adjusting flaws, critiquing silhouettes, dodging your own gaze. But not this time. This time, you remain. You breathe air entering, touching the chest, and flowing out. With that cadence, the mirror turns to water. The surface shivers, and beyond your image, another presence appears, your soul. Not the part that pleads or petitions, but the one that commands through love, the voice that never shouts yet causes reality to incline. Your soul requires no permit. It neither competes nor doubts. It simply knows. And though you may have forgotten, you were made to recall. What you refuse enslaves you. What you embrace liberates you. Embrace then the inner authority that guides, rather than subdues, a voice that does not domineer, but shepherds with gentleness. Genuine sovereignty arises not from control, but from coherence, alignment of thought, feeling, and speech. The mind often dreads its power, mistaking it for arrogance. The soul, by contrast, understands that to command in love is not to force, but to align. It is not insisting everything must go my way, but affirming, let what is highest, most just, and most loving be done through me. Repeating this dissolves the fear of error, for the command no longer springs from ego, but from you, fused with source. The mirror reveals not only your appearance, but your beliefs about yourself. Every glance is a quiet decree. When you view yourself with rejection, the universe registers that tone. When you view yourself with tenderness, it records that too. Hence, self-gazing is a subtle magic, not vanity, but recognition. Self-denial is not humility, it is amnesia. And shrinking from your inner authority is simply fearing your well-ordered light. Consider that all you label external force, luck, life, fate responds to how you stand before your own gaze. See yourself as small and chances narrow. See yourself as worthy and thresholds swing wide, not through coercion, but through resonance with order. Self-denial is not wisdom, it is disconnection. Fear of shining offers no safety, it merely dulls your glow. The refrain, I am not enough yet, is a mirage of the ego designed to postpone your unfolding. Permit yourself to behold and acknowledge the loving commander dwelling behind your eyes, not a severe general, but the presence that says, here I am, in calm, in trust, in order with life. When you reclaim your word, the universe's reception shifts, for the voice of one who knows herself as source does not quiver or plead, it proclaims. Faith is not idle waiting, it is action aligned. Now convert this understanding into a gentle, intimate, almost secret rite. Find a mirror any size will do, as long as you can meet your own eyes without haste. Light a candle or allow a soft glow to accompany you. The aim is not to brighten your features, but to beckon the soul. Breathe 3 times, sensing the air wash in and out like a tide. With each exhale, let judgment go. With each inhale, welcome presence. Gaze into your own eyes. Do not hunt for beauty, look for truth. Remain for a whole minute, even if discomfort stirs. Watch the thoughts that surface. Do not resist them, simply witness without judgment. Then speak either clearly or in a heart-tinged whisper, I command from love. My word has weight because it is born from the heart. I am order, and from this order, everything organizes itself. Notice the shift in the air after speaking an added calm, a quiet certainty that abides rather than shouts. Lay a hand on your chest and feel the pulse, your energetic signature, each beat a silent yes from the universe. Repeat within, I am in order with my soul. I command from tenderness. Return to this whenever insecurity arises, or when you catch yourself waiting for permission to move. The mirror passes no verdict. It simply mirrors your faith. When you dare to behold yourself without filters or demands, the mask slips and the sacred, your conscious presence emerges. This is the inner authority that cannot be granted or revoked by another. Each time you return, the reflection will know you before words, meeting you with a look that declares, I already trust. From that trust, pathways align. I witness without judgment. I permit natural flow. I practice trust. Now you know how to meet your own eyes and sustain the gaze. You have recovered the timbre of inner authority. To keep it vibrant and not let daily noise dilute it, you must master 3 quiet adversaries: doubt, fear, and passivity. They do not arrive as outside threats. They murmur from within. In the next section, you will learn to spot them without struggle and to convert them into allies of faith expressed as action. Picture a slate-colored morning when the air carries extra weight. No storm rages, yet the sky withholds something. Doubt can make the soul feel just so suspended, as if the sun waits behind it for your consent to shine. 3 unseen presences wander your days. They are not vicious foes, but they siphon your power. Their names are doubt, fear, and passivity. They move together like shadows slipping into your voice the moment you decree something new. You know them well, they prompt. What if I can't nudge you to defer action and mute conviction into quiet? Doubt nullifies your decree. Fear postpones it. Passivity snuffs it out. They do not arrive to annihilate you, but to test your trust. The universe answers tone more than vocabulary. When the tone of your word shakes, your energy diffuses. Envision your word as a bright arrow. Once released, it requires aim and faith. If you doubt mid-flight, it drops short. If you load it with fear, it veers off course. If you do not move, you never shoot. The first adversary, doubt, does not despise your aim. It worries it is too grand. It asks, what if I am wrong, while concealing a craving to control outcomes? Doubt is not stupidity. It is over-control. It loosens its grip when you permit not knowing and advance anyway. The second fear is a weary sentinel whose first assignment was protection. It murmurs, don't go, it could hurt. Yet the deeper harm springs not from advancing, but from immobility when you are prepared to move. Fear changes shape when you take its hand and say, you may accompany me, but you do not decide. Seen with tenderness, it loses its power to freeze you. The third, passivity, masquerades as calm, but is actually resignation. It is not mindful rest. It is inertia, the sensation of I already asked. Now I wait while the heart lies dormant. Faith is not idle, it moves quietly. Faith is inner motion, tuning the vibration and aligning the body with the declared word. Thus repeat with me slowly, letting each syllable land, my faith is action. My faith does not sleep. My faith breathes, walks, speaks commands. Whenever doubt begins to billow like fog, pause to breathe and bring your awareness gently back into your body. Lay a hand over your heart and speak aloud. I do not have to see it to believe it. I believe it, and that is why I will see it. Each time fear constricts your throat or voice, repeat the following with steady calm. Fear does not guide me. It only reminds me that I am crossing the right threshold. And when you catch passivity masquerading as serenity, the whisper that says, I will do it tomorrow, smile softly and choose a small movement. Take one step, write a single word, light a candle, or speak your decree. Any concrete act will do. A seemingly tiny action performed in full coherence carries far more power than immaculate, motionless waiting. Picture an inner control room operating inside you at all times. 3 indicators await your command: the mind, the emotions, and the body. The mind inquires, "What do we do?" The body responds, "When shall we move?" And the heart sets the tempo with a single directive: now. That now does not always require outward motion. At times, it is an inward shift, a subtle but decisive choice that no one else can see. Yet the universe registers that shift as a clear command. When you affirm, "My faith is action," you are not claiming, "I must add more tasks." You are announcing, "I am fully available to the flow that moves through me." You are remembering that true action is not only external movement. Often it is an inner opening, a consenting of the heart. Envision your day as a flowing river. Doubt resembles stones that churn and cloud the current. Fear behaves like a surge that accelerates and crashes against the banks. Passivity is the stagnant pool where the water ceases to move. Yet you are the riverbed itself, and when you allow the waters naturally find their course and restore their order. Your creative word stands upon 3 pillars: presence, decisive choice, and sacred surrender. Presence bears witness and truly sees. Decision speaks the decree with clarity. Surrender releases control and trusts the process. When these 3 act in harmony, nothing can distort the stream's direction. Therefore, translate this understanding into a simple, repeatable ritual. Whenever doubt, fear, or paralysis visits, write 3 succinct lines: what I am thinking, what I truly desire, what I decide now. And conclude with the line, "My faith is action." Treat that sentence not merely as affirmation, but as activation and energetic switch. It reorganizes your cellular memory and clears the energetic field around you. It reminds you that energy answers not to strain, but to inner alignment and coherence. For when your spoken word matches your heartbeat's rhythm, the universe hears and complies. Then you cease petitioning for miracles. You call them forth with authority. My faith is action. My faith is movement. My faith keeps me wakeful, anchored in love. Now take a breath, slow and deliberate. Notice clarity returning and settling in. You are no longer battling doubt, fear, or passivity. You have named them, and thus they lose mastery over you. You may walk alongside them, yet you alone set the pace and direction. Let us now practice the creative verb in real time. It is the voice that commands without strain and affirms without raising its volume. The voice that states simply, "I command." For true power is not a spectacle. It is a remembering of what already resides within. In the following section, you will learn to convert that remembrance into living habit. You will receive a 3-minute ritual to anchor faith as action and your word as embodied presence. A daily gesture designed to keep the pure tone of your soul vibrant and alive. Now picture the break of dawn. The air remains crisp while a ribbon of gold filters softly through your window. There is silence, not empty, but brimming with promise and quiet expectancy. In that brief interval before you check your phone or catalog your tasks, you are given a choice. Will you be carried by the day's momentum, or will you set the tone yourself? The creative word is conceived in those first seconds before the soul recalls the hurry of the world. That is precisely where the ritual begins. 3 minutes to retune your energy and remind yourself who truly commands within. This is not theatrical mysticism. It is disciplined coherence in practice. Before each morning, the universe quietly poses a question: who commands today fear or love? And you reply through your very first thought, your first breath, and your initial gesture. Rest your hand upon your heart center. Feel the warmth kindling beneath your fingertips. That warmth marks the point where Source abides within you. Breathe slowly and unhurriedly, letting the air arrive and depart. Inhale trust. Exhale the heavy burden you no longer need. Let your chest rise and fall like a quiet sea in the storm's gentle aftermath. Now speak clearly and from the chest, not merely the throat. I command my miracle now. Sense the phrase vibrating within, as though a hidden switch behind the sternum has been turned on. This is not a demand, it is a declaration of conscious presence. You are not pleading for the universe's attention. You are signaling that you are already awake and attuned. Speak without haste, allowing the words to land fully. Avoid rote repetition. Savor each syllable as a living thing. You say, I command, and that utterance opens a luminous channel. You add, my miracle, and the field answers your intention. You whisper now, and time itself aligns to your frequency. Next, raise your eyes and meet your reflection in a mirror. Hold your gaze for several steady seconds. Seek nothing in particular. Simply be with yourself. Simply remain present. There is a quiet power in refusing to flee your own reflection. In that stillness, the soul recognizes and remembers itself. Look and repeat gently yet resolutely, I am in order with the Source. Speak it not as ornament, but as an anchoring truth. Let each word serve as a key and each breath as a door opening inward. When you affirm I am in order, your very cells listen and respond. The body softens, the mind settles, and your energetic field comes into alignment. This entire ritual is intentionally brief. It requires neither incense nor music, only your focused presence. 3 minutes truly suffice. 1 minute to breathe, 1 minute to declare, and 1 minute to give thanks. And within those brief 3 minutes, you rewrite the operating code of your whole day. Practice it for 21 consecutive days. Without skipping even a single interruption matters. Keep the same hour and honor the same quiet each day. If on any day a mirror is out of reach, close your eyes and open an inner mirror. Picture your reflection, hold your gaze, and hear your voice resound within. Your unconscious cannot separate image from fact. Whatever you repeat with feeling, it faithfully records as lived truth. Each morning, as you declare, I command my miracle, now envision a golden current igniting in your chest and radiating outward to encircle you. You need not analyze the mechanism. Simply sense your energy arranging itself into clear order. The universe answers less to vocabulary and more to the vibration riding on your words. Consistent practice ripens into steady presence. From presence, genuine inner authority naturally arises, and authority rooted in love restores and sustains order. After each ritual, write something, at least a single line, I command. Inscribe it by hand unhurriedly, as though signing a sacred covenant with your own soul. Not because paper is magical, but because the act of writing reinforces and seals your decision. Let every letter serve as a small anchor set into your being. Let each pen stroke be a renewed commitment to faith expressed as action. Keep the practice even on days when strength feels distant. Persist especially when the mind protests. It doesn't make sense. Do it precisely there, for that is how trust is trained and strengthened. Faith does not spring from outcomes. It grows from unbroken constancy. Picture every repetition leaving a faint, luminous trail in the air. On day 1, the trail is scarcely visible. By the 5th day, it gleams more clearly. By the 21st, the trail has become a well-worn path. Your energy learns the route and shifts from effort to ease, moving of its own accord. Then, when you say, "I command my miracle now," it will feel less like a leap of faith and more like a natural breath. It becomes the sinking point where mind, body, and spirit remember their shared rhythm and act as one. There is no need to hurry. There is no wrong step here. Each repetition, even amidst resistance, fortifies your inner authority. And that kind of authority neither coerces nor shouts. It breathes quietly and steadily. Now repeat with me slowly and attentively. I command my miracle now. I am in order with the source. My faith is action. My word is presence. My presence is love. Feel the after echo of these phrases traveling through your whole being, like a soft current aligning heart to voice, voice to air, and air to everything your life touches. That is the essence of command, to allow love to take tangible form through you. And after speaking, resist the urge to scan for instant results. Offer thanks ahead of evidence, because gratitude signals the posture of a soul that already trusts. And trust becomes the doorway through which miracles pass with ease. Close your eyes for a breath. Take another slow breath in and out. The day is underway and your creative word stands firmly anchored. Energy accompanies you, responding to the summons you issued. And all that arrives today will answer the gentle, loving, sacred directive you set. I command. Envision afternoon settling slowly, the sun yielding tenderly into the arms of night. A soft radiance lingers in the air, a golden stillness that asks for nothing and invites only gratitude. It is that moment when time pauses to remind you that what truly matters is already en route. There is no need to chase. What is yours recognizes you and moves toward you, even if your eyes cannot yet perceive it. Anticipatory gratitude is the native language of a trusting soul. It is not forced optimism. It is the recognition that the miracle is already in motion, though still unseen. In thanking before evidence, you tell the universe, I know it is already done. That certainty turns into a magnetic field, drawing outcomes into form. For nothing resonates higher than the frequency of a grateful heart. Give thanks for what is already humming towards you. Give thanks for what has not yet appeared, yet exists as a luminous seed in the unseen. Offer thanks for time's quiet labor, the wisdom of unfolding processes, and the perfect order, weaving threads beyond your current sight. Gratitude does not speed miracles by hurrying them. It speeds them by recognizing them. And whatever you acknowledge openly begins to multiply. Saying thank you in advance pulls you out of the vibration of scarcity. The soul stops begging and starts celebrating. Your word ceases pleading and becomes affirming. And life answers back in harmony with that music. Imagine that with each thank you, an unseen flower quietly opens in the air. At first, there is a single blossom. Then there are hundreds. After days of gratitude, a whole garden blooms around you. That garden is the energetic landscape of one who knows to give thanks prior to receiving. The universe strolls among those flowers and smiles she has understood. Each night before sleep, rest one hand over your heart and the other upon your abdomen. Feel the warmth and subtle movement, the steady pulse of life within you. Breathe in and out slowly and say with gentle assurance, Thank you for what comes in order. Thank you for what leaves without resistance. Thank you for what is already on its way to me. Leave a soft pause between each phrase. Do not rush these words. Let them land. Feel each phrase drop into you like a smooth stone settling into a tranquil lake. Allow the echo of gratitude to fill your chest and linger there. Because gratitude is not merely spoken, it is lived and inhabited. Keep this in remembrance. A miracle is not merely the arrival of what you requested. It is the moment your vibration can sustain what arrives. Gratitude is precisely that sustaining frequency, the tone of one who already feels worthy to receive. When you give thanks beforehand, something subtle shifts in your way of seeing. You stop hunting for proof and begin to perceive meaningful signs. You quit doubting the timing and trust the sacred rhythm. That trust transforms waiting into living presence. Recall moments when something good arrived unannounced. A phone call, a serendipity, a timely opportunity. Do you remember the feeling that rose within you then? That precise, shimmering instant of astonishment when you hear yourself say, "I was not expecting it, but it came at just the right time," and you recognize perfect timing unfolding without your control. This exactly is the quiet magic of gratitude. It tills the inner soil, preparing the whole field of your life so the universe can delight you with unforeseen blessings. Therefore, each evening, commit to writing 3 specific thank yous for realities not yet visible, yet already felt near to your heart as if they were approaching. For instance, you might begin with acknowledgments like these examples. Thank you for the clarity that gently guides me and keeps my steps aligned. Thank you for the doors that open before me precisely when I arrive. Thank you for the abundance that flows and expresses itself with ease and grace throughout my life. Release any anxiety about perfect wording or the correct method. Precision of format is unnecessary. Gratitude operates as a frequency rather than a formula. It is felt resonance, not rigid procedure. What truly matters is sensing your body soften and unwind as you practice revealing inner alignment. Genuine heartfelt gratitude quiets the ego's guard, dissolving resistance so life energy can circulate freely once more. My gratitude accelerates my miracles, inviting swifter alignment with what is already mine. My gratitude clears my mind, rinsing away fog and cluttered thought. My gratitude returns me to order, restoring harmony to my inner and outer world. Repeat these lines rhythmically, as naturally as breathing in and out, until they settle within you. For each phrase gently reminds you that the unseen realm matters and exerts real influence. Nothing has stalled. It is only ripening in its season, developing just out of sight. Envision the universe as an ever-living garden with seeds continuously germinating beneath the surface. Some seeds have broken ground into leaf and stem, while others rest beneath the soil in patient sleep. Offering thanks does not coerce growth. It bathes the seeds in nourishing light that supports their unfolding. And each seed that receives sufficient light inevitably blossoms at its proper appointed time. At times, the soul grows impatient and restless, eager to rush the process. It longs for concrete outcomes and visible proof to quiet its doubts. Yet love is not something proven by evidence. It is recognized and known by the heart's awareness. Gratitude is that quiet expression of love which does not insist or demand. It simply trusts and allows. Each time you catch yourself merely waiting, convert that pause into gentle celebration and expectancy. Replace "it has not arrived yet" with "it is already on its way," and feel the shift in tone and energy. Trade "I do not have it" for "it already vibrates close to me," affirming proximity rather than lack. Your language forms the living bridge between your interior mind state and the outer reality you are shaping. And words infused with gratitude become golden keys that unlock new doors and possibilities. Keep in mind, what you thank in advance tends to crystallize and solidify far more swiftly. This is because the universe readily responds to and trusts the one who dares to trust first. And love, when met with gratitude, naturally expands and multiplies. Now gently close your eyes and come inward. Take one more slow, nourishing breath in and out. Feel your heartbeat thrum beneath your hand, a quiet drum of life. Recognize that this steady pulse is a miracle in its own right. That unwavering rhythm, life itself, continues to whisper yes through every beat. And as evening gathers, let a whisper rise from your chest. Thank you for all that has been, for every step that brought me here. Thank you for all that is for the present that holds me gently. Thank you for all that is yet to come, already forming in grace beyond my sight. Feel your power widening, now extending quietly from within. Gratitude opens and clears the inner channels through which service, abundance, and trust can flow. When your energy is devoted to serving, it naturally multiplies and increases. When your spoken word expresses gratitude, it becomes creative calling form from the unseen. When your heart settles into trust, events self-organize into coherent order around you. In this way, the cycle of gentle reprogramming comes to its close. It concludes not with a loud victory cry, but with a soft sigh of certainty and peace. Because you no longer need to prove your power to anyone. You need only inhabit and live it. Within that simple stillness, the soul smiles in recognition. Everything is in order, aligned as it should be. Everything is moving toward you on sure currents. Everything already is complete on the unseen plane, even now. Every particle throughout the universe travels within a precise, harmonious flow. Nothing is truly static. All that is born circulates, and all that you offer eventually returns to you increased and multiplied. Within this sacred order, life sustains itself, the breath enters and exits, the ocean swells and recedes, the heart contracts and then expands. You likewise belong to this very current. You are not here to hoard or clutch. You are here to permit abundance to pass through. Thus, the miracle is not merely for you, it moves through you as a conduit. Recall occasions when something beautiful arrived immediately after you offered from the heart, perhaps a kind word, quiet assistance, or a selfless gesture with no expectation of return. That was the law of circulation revealing itself. The universal flow answers authentic generosity. Abundance cannot be maintained by attempting to possess it. It is preserved and amplified by sharing. Each time you serve, bless, and give thanks, the inner riverbed widens to carry more. In that motion, you realize your purpose is not accumulation, but service to life's flow. When your offering touches another, an unseen synchronicity awakens, and what you gave returns to you transformed into fresh expressions of grace. A subtle intelligence orchestrates all things. It may be invisible to the eye, yet you feel its presence whenever you act in coherence. The universe does not honor pushing or force. It responds to attunement and resonance. When you offer what you are freely and without calculation, You step into alignment with divine purpose. Then the miracle unfolds. You become a living channel. And a channel does not strain to hold water. It simply allows the waters to pass through unhindered. Sense your breath as a gentle pendulum of energy. On the inhale, receive. On the exhale, give. Inhale again to cultivate trust. Exhale to express thanks. There is nothing urgent here, no heavy obligation, only the ease of flow. The flow you give returns multiplied. Repeat inwardly slowly and with an open heart. The flow I give returns multiplied. Notice the phrase resonating within as though every word widened a new channel of calm trust. This is the living language of life itself, giving without fear and receiving without guilt. Whatever you offer in sincere love is never lost. It is transmuted into greater life, deeper order, and clearer light for all. Closing. Envision your purpose as a radiant current flowing through the world. Each act you take sends out emotion that others sense often without realizing its source. You participate in the unseen tapestry upholding creation. The miracle allotted to you is also shared with others. Service does not diminish you. It multiplies your presence and impact. Offer thanks for each chance to contribute, for these moments are the universe's way of reminding you of your identity, a channel through which divine provision moves. Let this flow circulate. Do not confine it. Speak of this practice to a fellow seeker, to someone else beginning to awaken. Permit the energy to travel past the boundaries of your own life. The love you extend does not deplete. It expands, rolling back toward you in refined, purified waves. Remember, the flow you give returns multiplied. Share this discipline with another seeker so the current broadens and strengthens. In doing so, you will sense the universe whisper a quiet gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to move through you. All things that exist have a pathway for their flow. A river does not request approval to move forward. It simply follows the contours the earth provides. Likewise, your life possesses an unseen conduit, a provision channel that opens whenever you serve from your authentic truth. What sustains you is not money itself, but purpose, and purpose invariably discovers a means to support the one who honors it. When you live in alignment with your gift, the universe responds with forms of compensation not always quantifiable, yet unmistakably felt. You may have learned to seek safety in externals and material guarantees and promised outcomes. Yet genuine sustenance springs from a different source, the service you give consciously. Do not expect sustenance to originate in money. It arises from your service. When you devote your energy, your craft, your time, and your attentive listening life reveals avenues you could never have mapped. Doors once shut begin to open. Apparent scarcity gives way to increase. The universe does not answer fear. It responds to order. And that divine order is activated the moment your action aligns with the highest intention you can hold. Your personal channel of provision is uniquely yours. It may appear as a chance meeting, a fresh idea, a meaningful synchronicity, or an unexpected surge of inspiration. Resist the impulse to control it. Become its attentive observer. When you serve with genuine joy, the channel clears, and what previously felt like strain begins to move as effortless flow. Pause for a moment and breathe. Ask, what can I offer today that arises from my essence rather than from a sense of deficiency? Whatever answer surfaces, even as a faint whisper, is your purpose speaking. Follow that voice. It is the entrance to your channel. Draw in a deep breath and exhale gently. Visualize a golden current pouring down from above, entering through your crown, moving through your heart, and flowing out through your hands. With each exhale, you make an offering. With each inhale, you receive a blessing. Giving and receiving are not separate acts. They arise within a single rhythmic pulse. Theta, silence. 90 seconds of slow, tranquil breathing, allowing the body to settle and the mind to quiet. I serve with authority and joy. Speak the line slowly and deliberately. Sense the resonance of every word settling into your body. I serve with authority and joy. Allow it to become a decree, a quiet inner chant that organizes your movements. Your service is not compulsion, but remembrance, your soul recalling its purpose. You stand in authority because the love you embody is your strength. You serve with joy because you know that in giving your being grows and expands. When you move from this inner posture, the need for approval dissolves and the fear of lack subsides. Life turns reciprocal, generous, and vibrant. Whatever you do in love comes back amplified, returning as deeper peace, timely opportunities, and a clarifying light upon your path. Closing. See your provision channel as a radiant river originating in the universe's heart and coursing through your own chest. Because it is joined to the source, it cannot be exhausted. Each grateful thought widens its banks. Every act of service clears its waters. Every instant of trust increases its velocity and strength. Place your confidence in this channel. Rather than chasing its waters, become the water itself. Let purpose carry you forward, and you will discover that provision consistently arrives for life, supports the one who actively supports life. Turn your service into a quiet prayer. Give thanks for your singular gift and set it in motion. Whatever you offer with purity never vanishes, it multiplies as it circulates. Now, allow silence itself to reveal your next step. We have come to a threshold where further words add no extra truth. All that is necessary has been spoken. All that has been learned is now planted. At this juncture, the soul needs silence for integration. Silence is not emptiness, it is concentrated presence. It is the chamber where seeds sprout unseen, where the universe reorders your energy so the new may emerge. In silence, there is nothing to accomplish, only being. Your mind has traversed multiple layers: gratitude, purpose, and flow. Now allow even these insights to loosen. Picture each thought disintegrating like golden dust drifting in the air. Only your breath remains the oldest rhythm you have known. Each inhale ushers you into order. Each exhale releases you to mystery. There's nothing to fix or figure out. What you planted with intention is already activating whether or not your eyes can perceive it. Silence is not punitive. It is an embrace. It does not insist. It supports. It functions as a sacred temple where the mind lays down its burdens and the heart remembers its truths. In this sanctuary, energy arranges itself on levels beyond the reach of thinking. Trust this. Your word has been uttered. Your frequency has been noted by the universe. Creation proceeds now upon unseen planes. Guided silence. 90 seconds. Breathe deeply and evenly, honoring the stillness. Close your eyes and bring awareness to your heart center. Inhale, notice light entering. Exhale, let everything soften and go. Inhale, create spaciousness. Exhale, allow what is to be. Remain in complete quiet. Attend only to breathing and a gentle theta-like cadence for 90 seconds. There's nothing to do. Your word is already planted. The vibration of your affirmations continues to expand beyond linear time. Each grateful thought, Each intention to serve, each consecrated phrase, keeps traveling as waves across the subtle field of creation. Stay here a little longer within this fertile creative hush. There is neither past nor future, only an endless present sustaining you. In this abundant emptiness, creation itself attends to your being. Nothing to do. Your verb is already sown. Repeat this inwardly and let it settle into the subconscious. Each syllable reinstates trust. Your sacred word, spoken in love, is at work on your behalf, even as you rest and sleep. Closing. This is the soul's most fertile instant, the moment right after release. All that you have surrendered circles back, transfigured. Existence heeds silence far more than clamor. Hold this certainty close. There is nothing to force. There is only the graceful act of allowing. Feel sincere gratitude for the road already walked. Your service has opened new channels. Your faith has lit fresh frequencies. Your chosen silence is now weaving them together and integrating them within you. Stay very still a little longer. Breathe gently and deliberately. From this quiet, the creative word is born, the sacred verb that arranges, summons, and brings into form. All you have lived up to now has prepared you to speak it. There is no urgency, no target, only recognition. Breathe and sense the immensity of the present instant. You are consciousness witnessing itself, energy recalling its origin. Within this luminous field, your voice becomes a small spark of divine order. Remember every moment of gratitude, every act of generosity, every silence you consented to dwell in. All of it was preparation. Each breath has carried you here to the threshold where thought meets creation. Your mind is quiet now, your body receptive, your soul open. From this place, your words do not arise from ego or craving. They flow from the inner wisdom that abides within. Envision a golden sphere of light kindling inside your chest. It breathes and pulses with you. It is the center from which the universe hears you. From this center, your command is born not as a hard edict, but as a melody of loving authority. For when your voice speaks from love, the universe answers with harmonizing order. Guided silence. 60 seconds, rest in quiet awareness and steady breath. Inhale slowly, exhale softly. Sense the inner light in your chest growing and expanding until it surrounds your entire being. You are immersed in a field of pure creation, and everything within it attunes itself to your frequency. Remain in stillness, theta-like breathing, for 60 seconds as your field settles. I command my reality with love and divine order. Repeat softly as a soul whisper, I command my reality with love and divine order. Let the cadence be slow and intentional. Allow every word to settle inside as if it were a seed of light landing on rich, fertile ground. Speak not from strain, but from assurance. Your sacred word is a key that unlocks invisible doors. Your energy obeys the order you announce. There is no forcing here, only coherence. By stating, I command, you recognize your power. By adding with love and divine order, you affirm that your power serves the harmony of the whole. Feel the command's vibration extend past your skin, brushing the living web that connects you with all things. You belong to this design. When you organize yourself inwardly, the world around you subtly reorganizes in resonance. Offer thanks, quiet, wholehearted. Give thanks for the entire process, for the silences that held you, and for the light that now breathes in cadence with your own breath. You are the conduit, not the source. Yet once the conduit is clear, the source streams through without resistance. From this point forward, Anything you speak in love carries creative force. Guard your speech with care. The universe receives your words as decrees. Practice this for 21 days. Each night, write "I command" and "I trust." Do it tenderly before sleep and allow your subconscious to absorb and install it as truth. Keep this in mind. Every word is a seed, every thought a moving current, every action an echo resonating with your purpose. You are a voice of the Creator, an instrument through which creation speaks. What you speak takes form and comes into being. Rest now, trust deeply, and allow yourself to be renewed. You will have uninstalled decades of limiting beliefs and planted within yourself a new identity grounded in divine authority. Miracles will start appearing naturally because your vibrational tone will have been permanently elevated. This is your moment of choice. Declare it publicly by writing, "I accept the 21 Dawn Pact," making your commitment visible and thus more powerful. Subscribe and turn on notifications for the next 21 days. Will bring daily commands to guide you step by step. Consider becoming a channel member to receive exclusive in-depth teachings on manifestation and to support the mission of carrying divine prosperity to millions. Share this message with 3 souls ready to awaken their spiritual authority. Your miracle is already complete, beloved sister. Walk in peace, advance in power, and speak with authority. So it is, and so it shall remain forever. Amen.